I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute.
Hi guys, welcome to the Get Ready With Me today. So today's story is how I almost got into working a freaking job that wanted me to be a prostitute. I know it sounds wild. I don't even know how to title this shit. This is what happened. So, I was 18, just got out of high school, and I got laid off from my old job. So my mom was like, you can't just stay home. You're about to go to college. Like, you need to go out there and get a job. And I've been working since I was 15. So I posted on, I think back in the day on like Instagram. This was back in like 2014. I was like, hey, like I'm desperately looking for a job. If anybody's hiring, like even if it's a bartending job, let me know. And back then, bartending wasn't like how it is now where you're like wearing sexy clothes. Like no, like it was a normal, like any bartending job, you know? Like, so some girl had hit me up, right? And she was like, hey, my mom's job is hiring. I could talk her to getting you a job. We're looking for pretty girls. And this is like the year that I like kind of like started to glow up a little. Like I was like an ugly duckling back then. So, you know, like I was like, hell yeah, absolutely. So she was like, okay, come down to the spot around, I think it was like 5 or 6 or something. She was like, that's when the bar opens. And I was like, say no more. And, you know, back then I was, like, young, so I had my dad drop me off. He was like, oh, this is, like, a really shady area. Why would you want to work here? And I was like, listen, I need a job. This is supposed to be paying really well. I'll let you know when to pick me up. Thank you. Love you. Toodles, right? So, anyways, my pops drops me off, and I'm there. And it seemed like a really cool bar. So, I was like, okay, cool. Everybody seems to be nice. The girls are really pretty. So the girl's mom was like, hey, like, did she tell you, like, what this job entailed of? And I was like, no, not really. She's like, yeah, we're looking for, like, bartenders and, you know, girls that are going to, like, talk to customers and somebody that's going to be engaging and stuff. And I'm like, cool, that's me. I'm a talkative person. You know, like, if you know me, you know. Like, I will not shut the fuck up. So I'm your girl. And she was like, sure, like come back and we'll kind of like do a test run. So back then I was inexperienced, so I like started YouTubing everything, how to make drinks.
2 shots of vodka.
Started practicing, like I was not playing. So I went back over there, right? I think it was like 2 days after, and they were like, oh, like, you gotta dress a little bit more sexier. And I was, like, super socially awkward back then. So, I don't know. Like, I had cute outfits on. But you know how, like, clubs now, they wear, like, kind of like lingerie? It was not like that over there. It was a regular, like, hood dive bar. Like, that's the most simplest way to kind of explain this whole situation to y'all. So, while I was over there, everything was cool. The customers were nice. I think like the first 2 days was like $600-700. One night I made like $800. I was like, yo, this is amazing. Like to me, like back then, that was like a lot of fucking money. I was like, yo, I need to save it for a car. Like
I need money.
this is great money. So, everything was cool. I became friends with the bouncer that worked there. Let's just call him Dave. Dave, like after his, you know, he was like a bouncer, but like his real job was that he was a cop. So he basically would work there after his cop shifts. So me and him were tight, and I kept it that way. And the reason that I always keep it that way with anywhere I go is because I want to make sure that like I have somebody backing me up just in case. And another thing is I couldn't relate to none of the girls that worked there. They're beautiful women, don't get me wrong, but I didn't speak Spanish, so there's like a big language barrier between me and the girls or whatever. So I would always like stand with him, like if it was like a free chill night and nobody was there yet or something, and we would just talk. So one night I was meeting up with these girls that I knew. I was like, come over, get a drink, support, blah, blah, blah. So my homegirls came. Next thing you know it, she's like, oh, like this bar seems kind of weird. And I'm like, how? And I was like, it's cool, like it's chill or whatever. She's like, I don't know, like something just gives me a weird vibes. Like it's the guys that are here, they're kind of like weird. And I was like, okay, cool. I mean, that's your opinion. Like, hopefully it's not, and hopefully you're wrong, but I'm gonna watch out for sure because you're my homegirl. So she left, and next thing you know it, some dude comes up to me, and he's like, this is like 5 or 10 minutes after she left. He's like, yo, you're really pretty. And I was like, oh, thank you. And he was like, habla español? And I was like, poquito, you know? And he was like, how much? And I was like, excuse me, sir? Yeah, how much? And I was like, for a drink? And he was like, for you. Bathroom, me, you?
Boy, if you don't.
If you know, you know. I personally got offended because I was like, who the fuck speaks to a female like that? Like, I was just baffled. So I went up to the bouncer and I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry to bother you. Like, I know you're busy or whatever. He wasn't busy, but this gentleman over there, he's making me feel really uncomfortable. He asked me how much, and I was just like, kind of like mortified. Like, who the fuck says that to a female? And he was like, yo, I got you, say no more. Goes up to the guy, talks to him for a second. And then I guess the owner seen that I got him involved, and she came up to me and she's like, what's up? And I was like, this guy said that he wanted me to in the bathroom. And she was like, let's go walk over there away from the customers. And I'm like, okay. And I walked over there and she was like, how dare you? How dare me what, ma'am? She was like, oh, how dare you like tell the bouncer, don't you know he's a cop? And I was like, yeah, that's the point of a bouncer, right? And she was like, no, it's not. It's so like if somebody comes with a gun, they know what to do. And I'm like, I don't know where the fuck you think like the word bouncer is, but it means that they're supposed to be keeping women safe just in case if we don't feel comfortable there. And I literally stood my ground and I was like, I don't take nothing back. I did the right thing. And she was like, let me tell you something. Do you see these girls? She was like, if you want to succeed in this place, you need to do what I'm telling you. She's like, you're not going to be a bartender anymore. You're going to be a chip girl. And I was like, a chip girl? Fuck is that? She's like, you're going to go up to the customers, flirt with them. They're going to ask you if you want a drink. Every drink you get, like, let's just say vodka cranberry is like $8. They'll upcharge the guy $30-something just to hang out with a pretty girl and talk to them. Like, in a way, it felt like it was like a strip club that wasn't a strip club. And to be real with y'all, I don't have a problem. If anybody knows me knows, like, I love strippers. Love them. Great. That like, I watch Catalina. I watch Nina on YouTube. I'm sorry. Like, I watch these women. Like, I got mad respect for them. But on the other hand, I didn't sign up for that. And that's why I was taken back. I was like, I understand if I signed up to be a stripper, but I didn't. I was kind of like taken back because I'm like, that's not what I came here for. Like, I came here to be a bartender. I'm fine being a bartender, and that's what I, got hired for. And I kind of was like confused. She walked away for her to assess the situation and talk to the other customer or whatever. And I was just like standing there, like I was 18, like I didn't know what the fuck to do. Like, I was just standing there awkward. And some girl came up to me and she was like, what happened? And I was like, I told her about the situation. She was like, oh my God, no way. And I'm like, what? Like, why are you siding? Like, why is everybody siding with this fucking guy? Like, am I missing something? Like, is this a brothel and I didn't know about it? She was like, oh, we come here all the way from New York. Some of us come from Philly. And basically we like finesse these guys and they're paying us bread. And I'm like, I mean, that's good for y'all. But like, when I signed up, I didn't know about it. And the girl was like, oh, you should try it. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna try it, because at the end of the day, like, again, I didn't sign up for this shit. Like, I don't even know how to use guys. Like, till today, I got mad followers on the gram, and like guys will like try to like, I guess, like have me like fly out or whatever. Like, I'm not about that life. That's great if you do it. Phenomenal. I'm not knocking your hustle. I'm a big like woman's woman, and if you want to do something, wonderful. But again, like you can't just force a female into like being a prostitute. Like, especially an 18-year-old, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And her daughter was like 2 years older than me. So I'm like thinking this whole time, did her mom like pimp her out? Like, it was some weird shit going on, bro. Like, something didn't add up, and I'm like confused. Like, I'm in the middle of this shit. Like, what the fuck is going on right now? You know what I mean? So anyways, the lady comes up to me and she's like, what do you think? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Straight up. And she's like, you're supposed to please the customer, so you can go and take him to the bathroom. Swear to God, bro. Like, I'm not even making this shit up. I wish I was. Like, I was so confused. Like, I was standing there and I was like, I called my dad up super quick. Like, I literally walked out fucking cussing these people out. You bitch, blah, blah, blah. Bitches sleep. Bitches sleep. Like, you're not about to sit over here and degrade me as a woman and try to like pimp me off. What the fuck? You think you're my pimp? Like, who raised you bitches? Like, I don't know. Like, obviously you don't have any home training, because you over here trying to pimp me out and shit. Like, bitch, I'm not pimp your hoe. Nope, that's not how we doing shit. So anyways, I walked out, and the Dave guy, he like follows me outside, and he's like, hey, like, I'm gonna stand with you to make sure you're getting in the car safe, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know what's going on. I wasn't aware. But it's like, bro, you wasn't aware. You're a whole cop. I don't know what city he was a cop in. I'm gonna be real with you guys, because I don't want to sit over here and degrade a specific like cop, whatever. But I was like, I was in awe, bro. Like, now that I think about it, I don't even know the dude's name. I like totally forgot. It was when I was 18, so it's been a minute. But like, women, be very careful. Like, a lot of my friends know when I go out, I'm so paranoid. And I'm paranoid because I've experienced weird, crazy shit like this all the time. And I'm that type of person, like, I'm all for like supporting women. Like, if you do what you want with your body, but don't like force it on me. My body, my choice, right? That's what y'all say. So like, allow me to make that for my decision for myself. Like, I get it, you were just trying to get me to come here, but like, it's weird. It's weird on so many levels. But that was it. I ended up, like I said, quitting that night. I mean, yeah, the money was good. I know, like, if it was another female, like, I know women go through shit all the time. They're homeless. They have kids to feed. I know if it was another female, she would have probably like sat there and took their shit. But again, it's kind of like circumstantial, where depending on like how bad you need it, you could have done something like that. But I was in that predicament where my parents, like, whether I had a job or not, like, my dad would have paid for my shit. Like, I don't need to prostitute myself in order for me to get like money. Thank God. I was never in that predicament. So that's the only advice I can give to girls is just be careful out there. It's your body. If you feel unsafe in a situation, you don't need to explain yourself to anybody. Get the fuck out of there. Like, the lady wanted me to explain to her why I was leaving before my shift ended. And like, I don't have to explain shit to you. Like, I'm gonna take my tip and leave, bitch. Like, peace. You won't ever see me again. I'm never gonna be in your establishment again.
Bye, bitch.
Like, I don't know. Like, I was kind of traumatized after. I didn't even like Google. Like, you know how you could leave a Google review or whatever? Like, I don't even want to deal with that shit anymore. Like, that's how bad of an experience it was. It was a lot. But that's my story time on like what happened to me when I was 18. Like, that shit was crazy. But I'm just happy that, you know, God forbid nothing bad happened out of the situation. And I'm so happy that you guys were, like, I know I just put on my lip gloss and that was it. I didn't put that much makeup on today. So my get ready with me was kind of short, but I appreciate you guys for watching today. I love you guys and have a safe and wonderful day. Happy holidays.